Welcome to 3 Ways with Narelle. This is my weekly Substack, but I do an audio version. So I record it at the same time for YouTube, so you get to listen, hear the different anecdotes if you don't want to read. And then I also do a voiceover on my Substack. So I record it as I go. So ask away any questions. I always like hearing more things about what you think from the weekly Substack. Okay, so the topic this week is step back. We have small shifts in space, food, hobbies that support the life that you want. So this week I'm inviting you to take a gentle step back, not to rush or fix, but to really notice your space, your meals, your hobbies, and how they're quietly shaping your days. A few small observations and intentional tweaks can make life feel lighter, more joyful, and more aligned with you. It's currently the 9th of January, apparently the day where everyone quits any of the resolutions. Perhaps they may have started or forgot, or I see it as just starting again, personally. So my Substack is 3 sections: life, eats, wellness. There's an interconnectivity between all of them, a little bit of a theme. So let's start with life. Step back. Life is a journey, not a destination. Our homes are living spaces that either support us or quietly work against us. So it's a bit of a task for you on here. And I think sometimes we can forget what our surroundings actually are because it becomes so normalized to us. So step 1 is to observe your space. Pick 1 or 2 spaces that bother you. Don't bother tidying, don't fix anything at all, just notice. What I always suggest is take a quick photo, quick snap, and look at it. You'll basically look at it through the lens of like you're looking at it for the first time, and you will see so much. I think the difference that I always do is when you look through anything at a wide lens, you see so much more, whereas if we're just looking with our eyes, we don't have that sort of periphery view. I think it's a really interesting practice to do. So seeing a room through that lens often shows your eyes and your mind what you've really stopped registering. So ask yourself, what immediately draws your attention? Is the space calm, busy, heavy, even flat, not working perhaps how you want it to work? And I think fundamentally, is the space reflecting how you want to live right now? I think, again, sometimes we can get really caught up in ways that we have always done something that's no longer necessarily relevant to right now. Even, for instance, as I sit here and catch sight of that star, it's there. It's been there for over 8 years. It's fine, but again, it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Might need to go, but if not, I don't know what I'll fill that wall with. Now, step 2, reflect on the functionality. We often live alongside our things rather than intentionally with them. And when I wrote this, I was contemplating the book pile next to my bed. I recently moved over to a Kindle, and actually I've been enjoying using my Kindle, and so some of the books are still just there, no more are coming into my home. You would have seen earlier this year I just lifted up a pile of magazines, ditched them all into the bin because, again, not being utilized, so really shouldn't be keeping them. So pause with your photo. Is this space working for how you live today? What feels useful? What just feels familiar? Notice where the light is, where the focal points are, and particularly where what you would consider clutter gathers. And this tends to be the drop zones. So don't sit there and judge yourself. I think that's a first takeaway with that, is just look at it for what it is. So taking on board the information. Okay, and then the edit process, declutter with intention. That's step 3. Gently start to clear away. Remove the items you no longer need. Pack away the rogue Christmas decorations that no doubt are still loitering around. Case in point, some red candles on my table, the little angel chime decorations actually that I hadn't realized that I hadn't finished with. Open some drawers, cupboards. Is it time to cull? Write that list. Really, try and keep surface clean to maintain a refreshed look. I mean, this is pretty much how our kitchen is. So it's a gentle nudge because by mid-January, many resolutions have faded, but you can start again right now, today. Tomorrow never comes. It's a thing that I often say. Now, many of you have joined my January Declutter Challenge and are feeling the lightness of starting small, sharing that progress and enjoying the process of evolving. Section 2, eat, follow your gut. Staying in, going out, hibernating, socializing, changing things, or simply standing still. My gut's telling me this year, again, abundance, deliciousness, diversity, key things that I really want to hold on to. I'm reintroducing you to my 3 things list, this really simple way to bring focus and newness to the 21 meals we have each week. Well, that's if you, like me, eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's every day. Each week, ask yourself, what do I want to bring into my meals this week? What do I want to experience, taste, or enjoy? And be specific so you can take action. Perhaps my list will give you some inspiration. My 3 things list includes an inspiration, ingredient that I might be focusing on, and how I want to shop. And this can again just refocus what I am doing with some intentionality. So for inspiration, I'm dipping into my recipe printables and my Instagram saves. How many of you got of those? Ingredient, well, celeriac. It's the thing I love in January because it's this natural sweetness, especially whilst I, forever tackle that sugar and bread habit without taking a GLP-1. And shopping, refill store, revisit to reset my grocery habits, and of course, support an independent. So day by day, these small shifts add up. You then become an expert tuning into yourself. And I think that is pretty key. 3rd section is wellness and hobbies. This is exploring the parts of yourself that have been long forgotten and deserve to be unearthed. So explore the parts of yourself that have been long forgotten and deserve to be unearthed. I think that's good. I like that. It resonated with me, so that's why I wrote it. This week, I've been looking at my hobbies and allocating more time to add things back in. So travel remaining high on my priority list. Jewelry and design continuing to excite me. I had a jewelry order this morning, so I've been making that as well, which is great. And I'm also getting back into the shirts designs that I created in 2024. I was customizing men's shirts. I'm ex-product developer from Thomas Pink, men's shirting company. And yeah, I've been having fun upcycling those. And getting back to that new normal of movement and strength after I broke my thumb last week. And if you're watching on YouTube, we'll see the what I can move and what I can't do. And I've got some dexterity, but not all of it yet. Paddle with my son, that is on there. And a monthly hangout day with my daughter, that's going to continue. So reflecting on your hobby journey, you might not even have one, but I think it's a really good thing to start adding back in. If there's something that stayed with you over the years, what is it? Are there interests you left behind that you would like to revisit? What is something new that you've always wanted to try? It's interesting. I'm going back to college next week, so that's going to be interesting in itself. Or uni, it's a course, but I'm classifying it as college for 11 weeks. Then the key thing is how are you going to create space for that hobby? So do you have a corner or area for your interest that you could just perhaps park that in your home, particularly if it takes space? But most important is carve some time out to reignite that excitement. Start small, stay curious. So for some, I've already had feedback, picking up knitting needles and trying a simple stitch, booking a class of something intriguing to you. That's what this neuroscience thing is. And 10 minutes is enough, although I would, of course, say 15 minutes win all the time. Every small action counts. Everything adds up. So it's a gentle nudge. Hobbies are even more fulfilled when shared. And I think that part of connection, community, just common purpose is really powerful. So common interest, connection, and discussions, total perfection. And what could ignite you today? Have your interests evolved? Or are you rediscovering a long-lost passion? I love to hear what lights other people up as well. It also re-inspires me, and I can share that with others as well to inspire them. Now, my glimmer of gold for the week, a reminder that life harmony is possible, even if balance feels elusive. Now, I used to think about balance, what even is that? So harmony sits with me. So that line again was a reminder that life harmony is possible, even if balance feels elusive. So part of that for me is this really super slow start to the year. My daughter is currently doing A-level mocks, my son doing a dissertation, work's flowing in, and I'm starting this course next week. It's all good. Tree decorations are packed away, other than these few stragglers, and I'll rejig my lounge room in a few days. So it's been nice having that breathing space that we talked about last week of just keeping it bare. Time to breathe, time to think, time to see actually what the space needs to be for me right now and for my family. So I'm gently picking up things that I had to put on ice last year. So I think it's very apt that patience is my word of my 2026 theme, and I've not given up on that yet. So your 15-minute win, not just having got through this, is to clear one surface. Pick a countertop, the desk, the coffee table. I'll be doing my kitchen table in a second when I get off here. Remove anything that doesn't belong or isn't useful, and notice how it feels to have that visual breathing space. So for instance, visual breathing space, this is a permanent reminder on my dining room table that I'm not looking at of doing my physio exercises. Must do that. Now I've put 2 links into here. One is a podcast that I was just on this week with Lucy Cavendish, and it was a podcast on new beginnings fundamentally, but any day we can start afresh and really tune into who you are and where you're going. Obviously, there's a little bit of history about me, but I think you will find from the feedback that I've had so many good takeaways. So thank you for the feedback on that. You will find the link in the comments below on Substack or on YouTube. You'll see it listed below when I put this live. There's also my weekly edit, which is now live on YouTube, and it's on kitchen gadgets, knives and utensils. And that is a new thing that I started in 2026. That is where I put a question out to people on my socials and to you. Where are you stumbling with? Where are you overwhelmed? Where are you just feeling full? What would you like some sort of hints and tips on? And then I put a sort of more extended version up every Thursday. So if you saw this week's, I also hope you have enjoyed it. So have a wonderful week. So just little small observations, gentle tweaks, and that little bit of curiosity that can make all the difference. Now, every little nudge, like, heart, comment helps me creating content that I know you guys love. So I know it's tricky because whatever reason, we don't always give an immediate feedback loop, and we need to go and resonate and ruminate and think about it. And not everything deserves a comment either. I get that because we're all full. But if there is something that you have taken away from this and it struck a chord, made you prompt, made you see things differently, let me know. I really appreciate it. So I will see you next week. Have a good one.